Next thing. Let's see. I'd like if you guys could all come up in the front, since I don't think we need anyone in the back row. So if people, and I definitely want to have everyone fill up in the front. So we have two computers here. We have two computers here, one here. So everyone in the back two rows, find some way to come up here. If you feel comfortable sitting in the front, that's fine. Maybe you can ask someone to move forward, but I want to get everyone in the front. So I'd like to start with what we do in ACE, which is called a whip around. A whip around is a quick way to kind of get everyone talking and to get to know people. Hey, I don't know. Oh, thank you. So the whip to me is going to be this phrase. To me, breakfast is, and the idea is that you just finish the sentence. Very quick, not a long soliloquy, like 5 seconds, 1 second, you know, very, very quick in one breath.
I'm Ashley, and breakfast is necessary.
We try to do our best to focus on issues of social justice nature. So things that we believe marginalize a group of people. So we're going to be studying breakfast. So what I'd like to do now is play you some videos.
We'll try again today, but first, let's start with a complete breakfast, including my pasta plate. They're vitamin packed to bring out the tiger menu.
Sorry, silly rabbit. I'm voting no. Tricks are for kids.
Boy, did I get a wrong number.
Who are these commercials targeted for? Kids. And what about the commercials, or what is it about the commercials that suggest that they're targeted towards kids?
They're all about kids. Kids are in it.
Kids are the one eating cereal.
Kids want something to do.
It's something that kids want instead of trying to do us. But so that's not right.
How do you know that you're trying to speak to kids? A lot of times we will be using computers. A lot of times we won't. When we don't use computers, a strategy I'm using that I worked during the 2-week thing that I'd like to do here is to turn the monitors to face me. That way you don't have to worry about accidentally getting on Facebook or so, because what I found is that the first day no one does, but then during a break you'll get on Facebook or check email, and then the break is over and you minimize instead of turn it off, and it becomes difficult to stay focused. And last semester I didn't push it too much, but the students who had the most trouble also tended to be on the computer doing stuff. Now that doesn't mean that the computer is causing that. There's not necessarily a causal relationship. It's the statistics stuff, but I'd like to at least eliminate that as a possible variable. So if you could all just turn your monitors around, it actually just rotates. You don't have to like move anything except the monitor. Okay, so this is our first activity. And to analyze this activity, I want to get you guys in groups of 3. And I want to mix it up. We need 32. So let's count off by 11s. So start with Griffin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to try to fit about 1 group per table, but this is how I'd like to have the group set up. I'd like to have it as a group of 2 people and then a 3rd person sitting across from you. So not in a line, but 2 people and then a person sitting across. The other thing I'd like to do is when you're in your tables, like for instance, if this represents these rows here, is I'd like you to stagger yourselves so you get enough space. So maybe we put a chair out there, we have 1 person and 2 here. That would be that table. And then on here, we would maybe put 1 person here and a couple people out here. That way, people have space. So we're going to put the 1s here. And then the 2s kind of on this part of the table, 3s over by Crystal,
Do you think that it's okay that they're targeting the kids with the, because it gets their parents, it gets that way they can get their parents to buy it?
I mean, we was kids, we used to eat the same stuff.
I was about to say, as long as they make Captain Crunch, I'm always serious.
Exactly.
Higher shelf, basically top shelf. They're gonna be looking like, yeah, it depends on, well, you got the first shelf that's right here. You got the second shelf, which is directly eye level. And most of these are on the middle. So most of them
So the 6 is the one in northern quarter, and 6 is like there's 60 kids. That's lots of 16. It's a fraction, right? 6 of them are in the middle, right? What is the total denominator? That's the denominator. Okay, then so that's the fraction of 6.
So the two extra spots, your job is to make sure that we're on track and you're bottom.
Yeah.
Because we don't care why the parties are there. And all, I don't care. I'm kind of a combo, so I'll draw. Okay.
So, according to that data there,
Mediocre, really high value.
the placing of adult children, adult children, it's either on top or bottom. It's not from reason I think they put them on the middle so that child can come easy. Yeah, it's easy accessible.
We can do more than one chart, right?
Yeah, you like more? Oh yeah. You can totally have more than one chart.
Because we're gonna do one child and one adult chart.
This on the top, this on the middle, this on the bottom. You know?
The adults.
And then we paint them as adults.
According to the
Right.
And then to show you, look at it, like this is up top for the children, it's on in the middle, and then for adults everywhere. And then you look at the brands, like those that have bad commercial, bad advertisement, they're not even, they're on the top.
Okay, so then we're gonna have to have a legend that's gonna have kids.
We put like a little graph
This is this.
with the what's on the middle shelf, what's on the top shelf, and what's like more towards the bottom.
Good.
This
The
yours?
Captain Crunch and the Nutri-Grain and the Honey Nut for the adults and the children.
So this is
The eye
excellent.
level.
Now, remember when we were talking about last hour, where initially when we talk about things, we compare specific cereals, but in statistics we want to compare all cereals. So we need the top, middle, and bottom there on the left side. On the bottom, what's a variable that we're using? What other thing are we comparing besides the top, middle, and bottom? What's something else we're interested in with this question?
But like children's and adults.
Children's and adults. So let's put that on the bottom. So yeah, so don't erase it, but just draw another one.
Like this.
Well, can we?
Oh, what do you got? See if I can see it.
No, you ain't gonna be able to see.
Yeah, but let me move your hand and say, let me see what this is. So you got children
I ain't really writing.
and adult. Okay, good. So what does the 10 represent?
How much boxes is in the bottom?
Is in the bottom, good. So how could you make a chart showing that there's 10 adult cereals in the bottom? Trying to get what you're writing. Yeah.
You're making us think too hard right now, man.
Good.
Too hard.
Good.
You understand what I'm saying? It's not gonna be a big point. Because they're gonna go, yeah, okay, what does that mean? So now the middle. But if we had them separate, because there's so many adult boxes of cereal, it's not, it would be so much easier if there were 12 and 12, 12 children and 12 adults. But if
You're brilliant. Keep going, because what you're saying is exactly the point of this.
The thing is we want to prove to them that, hey, look at all these kids' boxes of cereal. They're all in the middle shelf. that graph isn't going to stand out and say that. It's just going to look like a bunch of. I think if we do it top, middle, and bottom of the shelves, this is all going to be kids except for 2 of these little boxes, 2 of these pie shapes. It's all going to be kids. I mean, that's more. That tells the story a lot more. That whoa. The whole middle is it's kids. That's where all the kids cereals are. See, and then the top is going to be all adults, and then this is going to be kid right there, and then the bottom we're going to have 2, and then it's all going to be adults. But it's just going to show you. What it's going to show you is we've got all adult stuff here, a little bit of kid stuff here, and here there's only 8 out of 24 boxes are kids, and look, they're all in the middle. I mean, does that make more sense? It does. I mean, to prove your point.
So, time check. You got about 10 minutes to write up what you're doing. 10 minutes.
2% that's on the bottom shelf that just sit, never get bought, like that. And on the counter side, how we did adult cereal.
But we found that we didn't like that there wasn't enough detail. We didn't like the fact that we're trying to demonstrate that they're targeting, the manufacturer targeting children by putting the box at eye level to sell it. But there were in the data that was collected, there's only 8 boxes of cereal that are children's cereal, and the rest are all adult cereal. So it kind of made it really difficult to put together some good hard facts or something to really stand out to prove our point. So this is why we did it this way.
Here it's like reverse.
The top is 100% adult. That's all.
Am I supposed to give these to everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Can we stick them back up on the poster?
Yes. And I think if you write both your comments on that one sticky, it'll save stickies. So students were then asked to write comments, 1 positive comment and 1 question mark. So we've been doing poster presentations where one person stays and everyone else in the group rotates to the right or to the left. And then that one person will then present what their group came up with, but also their process. And then we repeated it with a new person presenting, and now we're on our 3rd time presenting. And as they're presenting, people are coming up with questions, talking about it, and then writing comments, positive things and questions on the poster. And the idea is that the groups will get to review those questions and comments to dig deeper into what was being said. And deeper, hopefully, into statistics.
Green.
So it's pretty much it, like I think that those 59 all like 8 boxes of according to the data all even. Yeah, 3% and I guess sugar and this